So Ubisoft has partnered up with FX to bring us a Far Cry live-action series via Hulu. According to this report from Deadline.com, the series is being headed up by Noah Hawley and Rob McElhenney, who now goes by Rob Mack. FX has given a series order to Far Cry based on the popular video game franchise. The limited anthology hails from Noah Hawley, Fargo and Alien Earth, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia creator Rob Mack, with Mack set to star. So that's pretty interesting. I haven't seen Fargo or Alien Earth, but I have seen like clips and like YouTube shorts of Fargo, and all of the stuff I've seen makes it look really interesting. And then of course I've seen plenty of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so I know Rob can act really well. And I mean, if he's still as shredded as he was the last time I saw him in It's Always Sunny, then I'm sure he can handle a Far Cry series. Each season will retain Far Cry's signature standalone storytelling format, according to producers, with each season set in a new setting following a new cast of characters. Now, that is also pretty interesting. So, Season 1 will be one thing, and then Season 2 will be another thing. And I think it's pretty bold that they're already planning multiple seasons. You know, this normally, whenever you launch a brand new series, you kind of play it season by season, and depending on how the first season does, you decide whether or not you want to pursue a follow-up. But I guess they're pretty confident in this first season because they're already planning Season 2 and possibly Season 3. Now, something I'm really interested in about this is whether or not they're planning on adapting anything from the actual games, or if they're just gonna like do their own thing that are like thematically similar to some things that we saw in the game. Are we going to see game characters? Is Rob Mack playing Jack Carver from Far Cry Instincts? If that's the case, sign me up. I want to see live action Far Cry Instincts with Rob playing Jack Carver and getting superpowers and clawing people up. That would be sick, although I very seriously doubt that that's the route they're going to take. It would have to be the Far Cry Instincts version as well, since I think Crytek still owns the original story for Far Cry. I could be totally wrong on that, but maybe they could just adapt it. Maybe it has nothing to do with it. If it is just a limited series called Far Cry with nothing to do with the games, then I'd be a little bit confused. So surely they're going to bring in characters. I've seen all of the memes everywhere, hoping to see Michael Mando brought back as Voss from Far Cry 3, and I mean, this would be a really good opportunity to do that. Rob Mack does kind of look like Jason Brody a little bit, but he's a little old. Jason Brody was like early 20s, I think, so maybe not, but that could be cool, I guess. And again, I'm not really familiar with Alien Earth or Fargo, but I have seen like sequences from Fargo, and like I said, it does seem like it's a pretty good show, so I'm assuming the quality will, likely be decent. I don't know. I'm just not sure that I'm convinced that Far Cry should be adapted in that kind of anthology way unless you're doing adaptations of the games. So like if it was a genuine, each season is adapting the game that it's, coinciding with, I'm all on board. That sounds awesome. I would love to see a kind of adaptation, soft retelling of the original Far Cry. I would prefer Instincts, but I don't think they're going to do that. And I guess they do probably own the story for the original Far Cry, and the best we've gotten so far is Uwe Boll's movie, which is not very good. And we got that Blood Dragon show on Netflix, I want to say. Yeah, no, the Captain Laserhawk show. I guess that's not technically Far Cry, but I'm pretty sure it kind of is, because it's like Blood Dragon, but whatever. And I would also love to see the Far Cry 2 story adapted, the Far Cry 3 story. Like, you could drag it out for several seasons, and there's some seriously cool storytelling, but I get this feeling in my stomach that that's not what they're going to do. And I think that'd be a huge missed opportunity. I'm worried that they're going to go straight for Far Cry 3 as their first adaptation. I mean, I would love to see Michael Mando reprise his role as Voss from Far Cry 3. I think that's awesome. I'm just worried that if they do it that way, they're not going to want to continue to faithfully adapt the other stories, and I'm not sure we're ever going to get a proper Far Cry 1 adaptation. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I think Rob Mack would make a pretty compelling Jack Carver. And I know they're talking about it being an anthology with its own cast of characters and everything. But if they did adapt Far Cry Instincts, or the original Far Cry, and then they went on to do a season 2, they could absolutely bring Rob Mack back and make him into the Jackal, the villain of season 2. Which is exactly what I would do. If it were me, I would make season 2 set in Africa, adapt Far Cry 2, and just use Jack Carver as the Jackal and bring Rob Mack back. That way you have him for 2 seasons, right? I think that would flow so well together. And I mean, although it was never really canonically confirmed, the Jackal is totally Jack Carver. I don't know, I think it sounds pretty interesting. I am compelled. It's so rare for me to ever see a video game adaptation that I like. More recently, I watched the first episode of Splinter Cell Blacklist, and I was exceedingly disappointed that it seemed like a Marvel superhero show, and it had all this hand-to-hand combat and choreographed fight sequences, and I'm like, this is a stealth operation. Like, this is not Splinter Cell at all. But who knows? This is a different team entirely. This is not Netflix. This is Hulu. I don't know that Hulu has a much better track record than Netflix, but I think there's potential. I think there's high potential for this. What do you guys think? If you're interested in this at all, if you think it's going to be good or bad, let me know in the comments what you would like to see. If you would want it to be more of a adaptation game by game, if you want it to just kind of grab different elements from each game and use them in different ways. Tell me what you guys would like to see for this first season of the new upcoming Far Cry Hulu series. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more upcoming commentary content like this, and I hope to see you in the next video. But until then, that's all I got for you.